Hi, David Erdos with poem 55 from 2020 Vision. This is the second poem celebrating my friend John's service and duty as a delivery driver. And the title comes from an observation of his description of a woman he met on his route. A dominatrix on her day off. Stories of uplift, or not. And so John K. journeys on, collecting his own tales through the shopping. As he delivers, he gathers impressions and snatches from the empty outside. He sees as he drives the almost parodied homes we're all kept in. As former humour meets horror and our human zoos fester to become an animal house, fear divides. John delivers the rudiments of breakfast and lunch to a sandwiched block of flats that astound him. He describes it as a prime place for perverts. Each window gang-banging another, so close are the lives and the victims, helplessly trapped and part-baked. Food is his means, as if Jesus were constructing shelves now for Lidl. He surely wouldn't for Waitrose. And would it be bread and fish now? Or cake? Something sweet to seduce, as John delivers groceries like a gospel, but one that is left on the doorstep, drawing the residents to it like kittens when the time finally arrives for the bowl. Some understand and some don't, with the elderly far from coping. They simply can't lift the shopping that Sainsbury's has now sold. And John can't go in, so he teases an old man out like a lion, offering a chair out front as a stopgap. But this is where the old man sits in the sun to take calls. So the awful image appears of defrosted mints and wept ice cream, while old throats grow hungry and where the need to eat and survive leads to falls. John does what he can, as an embittered old woman shouts at him. He wants to deliver her shopping, but he is always, it seems, just too close. So they negotiate on the path, and she treats him like the lion, there to consume her with contagion, while it is only survival that he wishes for her more than most. There is a fruity rise to John's voice as he sends me his impressions and sound files, an actually innuendo as he studies the plight of those who fear coughs. From the pensioners ignorant of all maths as they try to assess the 2-foot length from their wheelchairs, to a mysterious tracksuit-dressed handsome woman who speaks to him strictly, reminding him of a trapped dominatrix forced into an extended day off. What does S&M do in lockdown? One would have thought this was perfect, as the businessmen swathed in leather and the High Court judges in nappies could have stayed aroused for 2 months. But even a whip can grow limp when it hasn't been cracked, greased or savoured, and now the woman seems tragic, with her former force spent and wasted, and her clients inside their townhouses bound to bittersweet reminiscence of their much-prized welts and wheals and blood lumps. Where is pleasure now? And where is the status in pleasure? As John applies observations, this poem forms instantly. For something else has gone and then come, a sadomasochism in people, as they fold in on themselves while pretending that for the time at least they are free. They need the lifeline, John writes, as he drives the empty roads which grow eerie. A ghost town ghost story quickly transmogrifies through the soap of the opera ill-sung or ill-rehearsed as we mumble, keeping voice and throat far from open as admission, confession and expression too lose all scope. The adventurists wilt as the mistress toys with her cucumber as weapon. Today it will not be inserted, but will instead saladize. It will fall into place on her plate as she regretfully strokes her dog collar. Meanwhile, as some of her dogs wait for lorries and vans like John's, hungers slide. What will become of us all when our appetites have been sated? And what will happen when they cannot be fulfilled? Will we fall far from taste or seek bland new means of abandon? Or will we run mad through our houses, bumping into walls for sad thrills? The entertainment goes on. John sees it all through each window. The dominance to come will oppress us and keep us all bound and gagged. And so John, as a kind of Joseph K., drives away, leaving the suspected dominatrix behind him, her reverie near romantic as she considers the numerous prides she has bagged. Those were the days, she will think, when you could reduce a man to near nothing. That is, before COVID did it by taking her playground away. Sex was skill then, through which the darkness in dreams was delivered. Now, in its place, there is waiting for some strange new desire to be introduced and then ordered, boxed and bound and transported, and with space on the shelves precariously put on display. I think of this woman myself and the special charge which has failed her, as she sucks the static and I chew my lip, hopes not saved. But it is chaste all the same, even while it is chastened. As we drag through dreams for desire and howl in our houses, ready perhaps for a mistress to take us on and out. Hope feels frayed. David Erdos, May the 3rd, 2020.